כלי ראשון הוא הכלי המונח על האש או על הפלטה כגון קדרה ומחם. כלי ראשון, what we call כלי ראשון, is the actual pot which sits on the fire, or in a case where it's an urn. So the urn in itself, since it actually heats up and boils up the water, that's considered keli rishon. That's the first keli. And that, not only, again, is there an isur to cook directly on the fire, but as we said, there's an isur to cook also inside of this keli rishon, inside of this pot, because this pot, the food that's inside of it is very, very hot. And therefore, if you want to cook something, it is possible to cook inside of this boiling hot food, and the heat stays in this pot for a long time. So therefore, being that that's the case, ולכן אסור ליתן כל מיני מאכל שאינם מבושלים במים חמים אלה, ואפילו בשר שור, and other things. One cannot put in anything inside of this pot. So again, assuming right now I took out the pot, ma'udeh, and I realized it's, you know what, I'll put in some spices, I'll put in some, missing some garlic, I don't know, whatever it is, I'll throw it inside, no big deal. It's off the fire already, there's nothing there. Halakha says that if you put anything inside, that has the capability of cooking it. And therefore, if you put anything inside of this pot, it may get cooked. Now, it might not be cooked 100%. You put in a garlic inside, the garlic may not get fully cooked, but the outside of it will get a little bit cooked. You might put in a pepper inside, the pepper will start to get cooked. That is asur, and therefore one may not put anything inside of the pot that came off directly from the fire. If you would like to put in any spices or to add anything on, the only way to do it is only after you take out of the pot. Once you take it out of the pot, and now it's in your plate, you want to add, you can add whatever you want, because no longer is it considered keli rishon. Once it's removed from that first pot and it's put into your plate, now it becomes keli sheni, or maybe even keli shelishi if there was a pot, if there was a serving bowl in between, so then you have keli shelishi even. In that case, there's no more co-op, there's no more power to be able to cook, and therefore in that case, one would be allowed to actually put whatever he wants inside of his plate. In regards to, again, yesterday we spoke about putting water, if there was juice inside of your plate. So halakha says, machoket ben haposkim, in regards to juice. He says, being that there's juice in your plate, again, if there was raw food, obviously you would have to remove that before putting any food inside on your plate. However, if there was no food, but just there was something that you just ate right before, and therefore there was juice that was inside of your plate. So halakha says, being that that's, again, right now we're taking directly out of the pot and we're putting directly into your plate, it has the power to cook the juice that's inside of your plate, and the juice that's inside of your plate is cold, obviously, and therefore by you putting in boiling hot food on top of it, it will cook it. Halakha says, we normally have a din that mayim sonenim lemata hem govrim. The cold water in general overpowers, and therefore, in general, if I had a cup of cold water and I want to add a little bit of hot water on top, it's fine. Really, one could do that. However, in this case, where it's very little juice, and I'm putting in a lot of hot food, it's going to cook it, it's going to make it hot. So he says, there are those that are mahmir and will not do that. And therefore, they will not put any hot food directly from the pot onto their juice that's in their plate. However, there are those that disagree. ויש אומרים דכל זה באופן שיהיו הסוננים שבכוס מועטים, שיש חשש שיתבשלו על ידי המים החמים הם מרובים, ויש חוקים ומתירים, and he brings down at the end ונכון להחמיר. It's best to be a little bit more stringent, but again, if you have juice in your plate, wipe it off, or get another plate and use a clean plate. Or the third option is, do not pour directly from the pot. Again, most people do not use the pots on their table. So if you're not putting directly from the pot into your plate, that's not asur. If you put it already into a serving bowl, already keli shelishi, and it's not a problem. However, if you want to take directly from the pot to put into your plate, he says you should be mahmir, not to leave any juices in your plate.